Before assembly, check that the packaging is intact and note any information on the pallet. Check that all parts are included. You will find a list of parts in the manual. Prepare for installation by gathering the tools required according to the manual. Before you begin assembly, read through the manual. This video should be viewed as a supplement to the installation manual. At least 2 people are recommended to assemble SBI Sweden construction zone. Place 3 posts next to each other on the ground. Slide on 4 smart fixes on 2 of the posts. 2 smart fixes for the cage panel. 2 smart fixes for the top panel. In this video, we assemble our construction zone with the cage door installed on one of the short sides. Therefore, we place the hinges on one of the outer posts in this step. Slide on 2 hinges and 2 smart fixes above the hinges on the last post. 2 hinges for the cage door, 2 smart fixes for the top panel. Note that the smart fix is angled with the threaded side aligned with the feet position of the post. Position the cage panels between the posts. Fasten the cage panels using the 2 lowest placed smart fixes on the posts. The bottom of the cage panel shall be 50 millimeters from the ground. In the video, we use post covers to achieve a distance of 40 millimeters. However, wooden blocks with the correct dimensions can also be used to ensure proper spacing and alignment. Note to ensure that the correct hole position is used on the cage panel, use the second hole from bottom and the second hole from top. It is now time to attach the top panel between the posts. Fasten the outermost smart fix at least 5 millimeters from the edge of the pole. Fasten the signs between the posts using the smart fixes and screws for top panel. Raise the section. This is a 2-person task. Now it's time to attach the remaining sections to complete the fence for the construction zone. Begin by attaching one section that will form the short side of the cage. Attach one cage panel to the post that does not have the hinges attached. Fasten it using the screws included in smart fixes. Now attach a post to the cage panel. Slide 4 smart fixes onto the post and attach the 2 lowest ones to the cage panel using the included smart fix screws. Remember to use the second hole from the bottom and the second hole from top on the cage panel. Attach a top panel on the short side above the cage panel using the 2 remaining smart fixes and screws for top panel. Remember to maintain the same distance between the outermost smart fix and the post edge as used on the other sides. Now attach the door on the opposite short side. Use the screws in the pre-drilled holes on the hinge and the cage panel to fasten the door. Now it's time to build the second long side where the mini diggers and tower crane will be placed. Start by first attaching one digger fence where the mini digger will be placed. Then slide 4 smart fixes onto a post and attach the post to the digger fence using the 2 lowest smart fixes. Now, place one last cage panel where the tower crane will be placed and attach it to the post. Connect the last post to cage panel in the same way as the previous posts. Attach a top panel above the digger fence and above the cage door using the smart fixes on the posts and screws for top panel. To connect the cage, we need to attach the padlock secure plates, one in the pre-drilled holes on the side of the door and one in the smart fix on the pole in the corner. Make sure the 2 plates align like in the video. To keep the door closed, you can use a padlock or a screw. Hammer on the covers onto the top of all posts. When all is in place, adjust the whole cage so it is straight. Tighten all screws that hold the panels. Once the cage is in the correct position, it should be secured to the ground. This can be done either with expansion bolts or with glue. It is now time to construct the tower crane and the mini digger. Place the podium for the tower crane about 10 centimeters from the panel. Place the tower crane next to the podium as lifting it over longer distances is not recommended. Carefully lift the tower crane onto the podium and fasten it using the podium screws and washers into the pre-drilled holes. Now place the platform for the mini digger about 4 centimeters from the panel, not including the part that goes inside the cage. Place the mini digger next to the platform as lifting it over longer distances is not recommended. Plan how the cables shall be routed. Maybe the extension 3-way can be placed under the podium. Route the cable from the mini digger through the hole on the platform. The podiums should be placed on a completely flat surface. If the surface is not completely flat, the height of the podium can be adjusted using the adjustable feet. Slide the digger onto the platform and fasten it using the podium screws into the pre-drilled holes. It can be a bit tricky to get the screws in. Do only screw them down 3/4 lengths to start with until all are in place, then tighten all. The height may need to be adjusted for the boom and arm of the digger to get through the passage of the digger fence properly. If needed, attach a ball plate to the digger fence at the opening on both sides of the mini digger to stop balls from escaping the cage. For option 1, proceed to attach the divider, then fill the cage with 3 to 4 bags of balls. For option 2, place the box inside the cage, then fill with sand. Ensure that the mini digger is tested to confirm it does not make contact with the box at any point. Also ensure that the bucket does not hit the ground. If it does, then the height of the feet on the podium should be adjusted. Install the safety net for the digger. Slide the net through the arm and fix it to the panel with cable ties to ensure that the net does not come loose. Make sure to cut the cable ties close to minimize the risk of sharp end. Now it is time to install the tower crane. Unscrew and remove the cover plate on the tower using a screwdriver. Make sure not to lose the screws. Position motor box on the top surface of the tower with the round hole facing forward. Fasten it from the inside using screws and washers. Loosen and remove the 4 screws from the boom, then place the boom on top of the motor box and fix it with the 4 screws. Do not forget to install the counterweight inside the boom. Connect the cable from the boom into the hole of the motor box. Remove the nylon nut from the cable gland and put it through the motor box hole. Then tighten the nylon nut from the inside by hand. Connect the fast connectors to each other inside the tower. Fasten the cover plate onto the tower again using a screwdriver. Remove the triangular cover from the edge of the boom, then slide on the gantry into position. Note the cable with the connector should be on the same side as the connector on the boom. Make sure that the gantry slides as it should. Then screw the triangular cover back on the edge of the boom. Attach the connector from the gantry to the boom. Position the box for the metal cubes inside the cage. Test the crane to ensure it does not extend beyond its limits or make contact with anything. In the video, the crane was positioned too far to the right. To fix this, the podium must be adjusted until the proper position is achieved.